Hi Thinkers and Tinkers, welcome back to Gravenhurst Public Library's Thinkers and Tinkers Lab Home Edition. As always, I'm Jen and I'm with you every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. doing fun STEAM activities. So that's science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics activities that you can do at home. This week, we will once again be looking at the S in STEAM, which of course stands for science. We're going to be investigating bats. So here's the plan for today's video. First, I'm going to be reading you an awesome book about bats. Next, we're going to do the Bat Trivia Challenge. Finally, I have an activity for you to complete at the end of the video. Are you ready to get started? Let's go! The book I'm reading you today is called The Secret Life of the Little Brown Bat. It was written by Lawrence Pringle and illustrated by Kate Garchinsky. I'm reading it with permission from Boyd's Mills Press. The Secret Life of the Little Brown Bat by Lawrence Pringle. The sun has set. A July sky dims, then grows darker. Inside the old barn, the light fades fast. Time to wake up! Otis yawns and stretches a wing. His eyes wink open. Otis hangs upside down, holding onto a wooden beam. With his toenails, he isn't quite ready to fly into the night. First, he takes time to groom. Otis uses his tongue, teeth, and the hooked claws on his thumbs to clean his fur and wings. Bats are Earth's only flying mammals, and they take very good care of their wings. Bat wings are made of a thin skin that is supported by long arm bones and even longer finger bones. Otis's wings extend from his fingertips all the way back to his legs. Thin skin also stretches between his legs and tail. Otis is a young bat. Just a few weeks ago, he was a pup nursing milk from his mother. When Otis and his mother slept in the daytime, he snuggled under one of her wings. They lived in a secret place, a big hollow tree with several other mom bats and their babies in a nursery colony. Young and old, they were all little brown bats, one of the most common kind, or species, of bats in North America. When his mother flew out into the night to hunt for food, Otis waited. He slept close to the other bat pups. Sometimes they wrestled and played, as all young mammals do. When his mother returned, she made a squeak chirp sound. Otis answered with a whining sound. She knew him by his voice and by the scent of his fur. She always found Otis, just as the other mothers always found their own pups. Otis grew fast. Just 3 weeks after being born, he spread his wings and began to fly a little bit. Soon, he was as big as his mother. He learned to catch insects, to eat, and no longer nursed milk. The mothers tried their best to give their pups a good start in life. Then, in just a few nights' time, all of the moms and the young bats flew off to find new homes. Now, Otis is on his own. He hangs out with the other young male little brown bats in an abandoned barn. This is their summer home, or roost. No one knows about their secret hideout. After licking some dust from his wings, Otis is ready to fly. He lets go with his toe claws, spreads his wings, and flutters out of the barn. He is thirsty. He flies to a little pond. Otis swoops down, flies just above the surface, and gulps some water. Near the pond, Otis flies higher, over a meadow. There, he seems to dance in the air. With his amazingly flexible wings, Otis zigs and zags, flutters and dives, hovers and swoops, dips and swerves. Then he makes a quick turn and does it all again and again. Otis is not playing. He is hunting. He is finding, chasing, catching, and eating insects. He sends out high-pitched clicking sounds that humans cannot hear, called ultrasonic sounds. He listens for echoes from the clicks that bounce back to his ears. From the echoes, his brain makes a picture of what lies ahead in the dark. This is called echolocation. In an instant, Otis can detect a flying insect ahead. He can also tell its size, speed, and distance. That insect is in big trouble. As Otis flies, he sends out about 10 clicks a second. That changes when echoes tell him that a small moth is flying just ahead. He sends out a quick burst of ultrasounds, almost 200 clicks a second. This is called a feeding or terminal buzz. Otis zooms straight towards his target. He snags the moth with one wing, then flips it into the skin between his legs. He bends his head down, grabs the moth, chews, and swallows. Yum. This takes just a second or two. He keeps flying, sending out more ultrasonic clicks, listening and hunting. Otis darts, dives, turns, and twists, catching beetles, crane flies, gnats, mayflies, midges, mosquitoes, and moths. With a full belly, he flies home to his roost. He still sends out ultrasounds. Echoes that bounce back help him fly safely. He dodges wires, tree branches, or other obstacles in the air. Inside the barn, Otis does a flying trick he has learned well. He heads straight towards a wall or ceiling, then flips in the air, turns upside down, and grabs the wood with his toenails. A perfect bat landing. As summertime flies by, Otis learns to be a better hunter. Some nights, new kinds of flying insects appear. One evening in late August, Otis hears echoes that tell him there is a moth flying up ahead. He sends out more clicks and speeds towards it. But the moth vanishes. It is a tiger moth, an insect that can hear ultrasounds. Tiger moths and green lacewings are two kinds of flying insects that listen for bat clicks. When they hear them, these insects may swerve, dive, or make ultrasonic clicks of their own. The moth's clicks interfere with bat clicks, allowing the insect to escape. All summer long, Otis and the other bats feel safe in their secret home, the old barn. No raccoons or other predators can reach the bats as they sleep high overhead. Outdoors, Otis stays alert for danger. Sometimes echoes bounce back to him from something big but harmless, another bat or a giant moth. Moonlit nights can be especially dangerous for a bat that might be seen by a flying predator. Tonight, there is a full moon. Suddenly, Otis senses something very big coming towards him. He folds his wings and drops like a stone. Then he flies fast and escapes from the owl. Every night, Otis and the other bats eat a lot. They store fat in their bodies, getting ready for winter when there will be no insects in the air. Before that time comes, Otis and the other bats will be in a deep, sleep-like state called hibernation. On a chilly September night, Otis leaves the barn but does not hunt. Instead, he flies fast and true for many miles. The next day, he sleeps under the loose bark of a tree, then travels all through the night again. At dawn, he flutters into an opening in a rocky cliff, and then into a big room. Deep in the rocks, this is a secret cave where little brown bats gather. Both males and females live here, and Otis meets a female who will become his mate. Otis and the other bats will hibernate until next spring. Then he will wake up. He will yawn, stretch, and clean his wings. Very hungry, Otis will fly out to hunt on a warm spring night. Lots of mosquitoes and other insects will be in big trouble. I hope you enjoyed The Secret Life of the Little Brown Bat. But now, it's time for some trivia. I'm gonna ask you 20 questions, and I want you to say if they're true or false. Are they correct or incorrect? Are you ready? Let's get started. Question number 1. True or false? Bats sleep upside down. True. Bats do sleep upside down. But why do they sleep upside down? Well, it turns out that unlike birds, bats can't actually start flying or take off from the ground. They have to jump or drop off of something high. So while they're sleeping, if something dangerous happens or a predator comes to get them, they can let go of whatever they're hanging on to and start to fly away to safety. So how do they stay upside down while they're sleeping? Well, their claw grasps on to whatever they're holding on to. Let's say it's a tree branch. The weight of their bodies pulls down on their claw and locks the joint into place. They're so secure that even when bats die, if they're hanging upside down, their claw will not let go until another animal or the weather knocks them down. That's how well evolved they are to hang upside down. Number 2, true or false? Bats are nocturnal, which means they come out at night. True. Bats are nocturnal, which means they come out at night. They come out at night for 2 reasons. First, there is a lot less competition for food at night. So if they're hunting or looking for fruit, there's less animals around who are going to be competitors. Second, there's less danger and less predators at night. So bats are a lot safer to do their hunting at nighttime. Number 3, true or false? All bats are the same size. False. Not all bats are the same size. The Kitty's hognose bat, also called the bumblebee bat, weighs less than a penny, and it is the world's smallest mammal. The flying fox, however, which is the largest bat species, has a wingspan of up to 6 feet, or 2 meters. That's huge. Number 4, true or false? Bats are more closely related to primates, which are humans, monkeys, and apes, than they are to rodents, like rats and mice. True. Bats actually share more genetic information with us humans and other primates than they do with rodents like mice or rats. That doesn't mean they don't look a little bit like mice or rats though. The Germans actually call bats Fledermaus, which means fluttering mouse. So even though they look a little bit like rodents, there are distant cousins. Number 5, true or false? Bats are one of many different kinds of flying mammals. False. Just like the story said, bats are the only true flying mammals. I know, you're thinking about flying squirrels, but flying squirrels don't actually fly, they glide. Bats are the only true flying mammal. Number 6, true or false? Bat babies are called pups. True, bat babies are called pups, just like we learned in the story. Bat moms normally only have about one baby per year, and pups can only really fly when they're about 2 to 3 months old. Number 7, true or false? Bats find their food in the dark by using echolocation, by using sound. True, bats do use echolocation to see in the dark. They send out chirps and clicks and other noises that us humans can't hear, and then listen for the returning echoes to tell them what's around them in the nighttime world. Did you know that some humans have actually trained themselves to use echolocation to see? How cool is that? Number 8, true or false? A single brown bat can eat over 100 mosquitoes in just 1 hour. False. A single brown bat can eat way more than only 100 mosquitoes. They can actually eat over 1,000 mosquitoes in just an hour. Number 9, true or false? Bats live for about 2 to 3 years. False. Bats can actually live for 20 to 30 years. True or false? Number 10. There are more than 1,300, that's 1,300 different species of bats. True. There are over 1,300 different species of bats, and they make up about 25% of all mammals on Earth. Number 11, true or false? Bats are found on every continent on the globe. False. Bats are found on every continent except Antarctica. It's a little too chilly there. Number 12, true or false? Bats have feathers. False. Bats don't have feathers, they have fur or hair, and they are very clean creatures. They spend a lot of time grooming themselves, maybe even more than we do. Number 13, true or false? Bats' wings are made from skin. True. Bats' wings are made from a really thin skin membrane. It stretches all the way over their long arm and finger bones down to their body. Their thumb sticks out the top and acts like a claw. And they can actually move and bend their wing just like we move and bend our hand. That's what makes their wings so flexible. Number 14, true or false? Bats drink blood. Woo! Okay, this one is mostly false. Out of the 1,300, over 1,300 different species of bats, only 3 species, known as vampire bats, that are found in Africa, actually drink blood. And they don't bite into it like a vampire would. No. They make a small cut and they lick up the blood with their tongue. The rest of the bats Over 99% of other bats, by the way, actually eat fruit and insects. Number 15, true or false? Bats are actually better flyers than birds. True, bats are actually better flyers than birds. They may not be able to take off from the ground, but once they're in the air, they can maneuver better and fly more efficiently. Number 16, true or false? Bat poop is called guano, and it stinks. What? True, bat poop is so special that it has its own name, guano. And while guano is great fertilizer, some bats can carry different diseases, so don't go picking any up and putting it in your garden, okay? Number 17, true or false? Bats are black because they are evil creatures of the night. False. Bats aren't black because they're evil. I know we see a lot of evil bats and vampires in movies and cartoons, but the real reason that bats are black is because it helps them to camouflage or to hide in the night. This protects them from predators like owls, hawks, snakes, raccoons, and even house cats. Number 18, true or false? Bats will swoop into your hair and get stuck in there. False. Bats may look like they're swooping down and that they're gonna get stuck in your hair, but really, they're just hunting for the bugs that are around you. And they have such great and accurate echolocation that the likelihood of them getting stuck in your hair or clothing is teeny weeny weeny. It's not gonna happen. You don't need to worry about bats getting stuck in your hair, guys. Number 19, true or false? Bats are actually super cute. True, 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 true. Bats can be super, super cute. Just take a look at these pictures if you need proof. Last one, number 20. True or false? Bats are super important. True. Bats are so important for so many reasons. They control insect populations, they pollinate plants, they spread seeds, and they act as indicator species. Indicator species are species like bees or frogs that let us know when something is changing or maybe even wrong in an environment. They tell us, hey, the biodiversity in this region is shifting and you should pay attention. Unfortunately, a lot of bat populations are threatened. They're vulnerable, they're endangered, or they're critically endangered, which means that their population, the number of bats, is getting dangerously low. This is caused by things like white nose syndrome, which is a fungus that grows on the noses of bats and can be fatal. It's caused by other things like pesticides, habitat loss, and man-made lights. That leads me to the last part of today's video, the activity. There's a lot we can do to help bats, but the first thing is to spread awareness, to tell other people in our lives why bats are important and what we can do to help them. So, I challenge you to make a TikTok, create a meme, draw a poster, make a picture, write a letter, write a song, make a video, or anything else that works for you. Then share it with your family, your friends, and your community in any way that you can. You can hang it on your fridge, post it in your window, submit it to the newspaper, or share it on social media. You could also leave a comment or a photo in the commenting section of this video. I really look forward to seeing what you guys come up with to help the bats. If you'd like to do more, I've put some information about some other activities that you can do in the description of this video. You can log your bat sightings on iNaturalist.ca or on the iNaturalist app to help the Canadian Wildlife Foundation to track bat populations in Ontario. You can also build a bat house, or you can adopt a bat, which is pretty cool. But ultimately, whatever you do to help the bats is a great start. I want to thank you for tuning in to Thinkers and Tinkers again this week, and remind you that I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. with more fun STEAM activities that you can do at home. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, Thinkers and Tinkers.